This is Dave Palumbo with RxMuscle.com. I'm here at the 2010 Europa Show of Champions here in Orlando, Florida, where the pro prejudging has just finished. I'm here with Big Sean Andros, and we're going to wrap up what just happened. Sean, a great show here, great weather here in Orlando, Florida, and I love this venue. I got to tell you that everything's all in one spot. It reminds me of the Europa down in Texas, and I think Ed and Betty Pariso did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, Ed and Betty Pariso definitely got the model down. With the expo back here, the way they set up the show, everything runs quick and smooth. It's perfect.
Let's get right to the action in the men's open prejudging. Hidetani Yamagishi, the pre-show favorite, has to be considered the guy to beat here because they put him in the middle. They didn't move him. The guy is polished. He's big. He's thick. This guy keeps peaking over and over. I can't imagine how he keeps doing it.
Yeah, as I wrote in the play-by-play, it'll probably be the only time this year we agree, but we think we both had him winning the show.
I think it was hands down. But second and third place is going to be a surprise because Eugene Mission, for the first time in his career, will probably qualify for the Olympia. It looks to be top three. I know he's ecstatic. We did a lifestyle video on RxMuscle.com. It's up in 3 or 4 parts. And at the end of the video, he said to me it would be his dream to qualify for the Olympia. It looks like he's going to do it here. Whether he snags second or third remains to be seen. What'd you think of the big guy?
Yeah, there's something to be said for those RX Muscle lifestyle videos. But, I mean, it's the best he's been to date, and I think he's going to get rewarded for it. And in this lineup, he deserves to be top 3.
The lineup was not as tough as we've seen in the past, and he did come in hard, ripped, big and full. He looks like he put a few pounds on from last year. His legs came up. His posing was good. I'm proud of the big guy. I got to say that, Eugene really did his homework here.
Yeah, and we shouldn't overlook Marcus Haley, who's the same. I think it's his best package I've seen from him in a long time. He was in shape. And I think he's going to take second.
It looks like Marcus's legs did improve quite a bit from the injury he had a couple of years ago. He redeemed himself. All 3 men look like they're going to go to the Olympia. I know there's some ecstatic people here, but we would be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that the lineup is very weak. Not to take away from what the guys accomplished in the top 3, but we've seen better shows.
Yeah, it was interesting that normally the open men are at the end and it's the peak of the show, but I mean every other division was really stacked this time, and it kind of ended at a low.
Speaking of stacked, the 202 class was stacked with 3 great competitors: Jose Raymond, Ed Correa, and Rock Shabazz, who came off a win at the Phoenix show several weeks ago. I'd have to say the show is Ed Correa's to lose. I've never seen anyone as grainy hard as this guy, and I think conditioning is going to be the name of the game.
Yeah, no question. His condition was as close to perfect as you can get. My only critique is that his legs are still a little undersized, but he nailed it, and he's standing next to Jose. He definitely won the show.
Jose Raymond is the thickest little guy I've ever seen. This guy is 200 pounds. Don't forget, he won the lightweight class at the Nationals several years ago. This guy's put on a lot of mass. I think if he had brought it in maybe 3 or 4 pounds lighter, it might have turned up a different outcome, because Correa is harder, but Jose Raymond's got the legs that just fucking blow him out of the water.
Yeah, just like Aaron Singerman with the light over there, I think he just barely missed.
I think Aaron's having some carbohydrate failure. He's on very low carbs now. He can't function as well. Let's not take anything away from Rock Shabazz, although I did think he was better in Phoenix.
Hard to tell. We didn't see him next to anybody of any quality, and he did hold his own with those guys, but he's in third.
Let's talk about the bikini division next, because that's kind of interesting. We haven't really seen too many pro bikini shows. I don't know if this is the first or not, but in my mind at least, I liked Missy Coles. Missy Coles is, to me, the quintessential definition of a bikini competitor.
Yeah, I was ecstatic to see what exactly a professional bikini competitor was, and it really met all my expectations and more.
Who else did you like in that bikini division? I'm going to ask you because you seem to be the bikini expert.
Yeah, you seemed like Missy Coles. She seemed to be a little harder. I thought she was a little too skinny. I like Jamie Baird. She was a little fuller. She's a little bit bigger ass, if we can say that for a bikini division.
I think we can. I think that's actually appropriate. Yeah, that's politically correct to talk about a woman's boobs and butt, because that's probably a primary concern with the judges when they're evaluating who to take.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the thing. We got to talk about their ass, their boobs, how they walk, how they shake it up there.
You're going with you like Jamie Baird better than my pick, which is Missy Coles.
Absolutely, but you know what? We also can't discount in third the girl whose name I can't remember. She's Brazilian.
Oh yeah, she was hot. That girl.
The hot Brazilian girl.
It wasn't Rojas. Natalia?
Natalia something. We will look it up, and you can see it at rxmuscle.com.
We're not that hip to the bikini competitors yet, so we apologize ahead of time.
We're not even going to edit this out because it's bikini.
I wonder. I'm actually wondering if this thing is even recording because I don't even see a red light. But let's talk about the figure division because Erin Stern came into this show as the pre-contest favorite. She was second at the Arnold Figure International, and you know what? No one touches her, as far as I'm concerned, in this show.
Yeah, not even close. A lot of people thought she should have won the Arnold. I think all of us at RX Muscle thought she should have won the Arnold.
Yes.
And thanks for confirming that. And yeah, she walked away with this show, and she keeps getting better and better.
I love Cheryl Brown. Cheryl Brown, who's got 3 kids and is 38 years old. Is in my mind a clear second here, and she's like the Vanessa Williams of the figure division. What did you think of her conditioning?
At my station in life, I prefer women who have no kids and are not married. So
we're not talking about who you want to date. We're talking about who you like on stage.
You're talking about who you want to date.
No, I really am not. I really think that she's got a beautiful look on stage, and that's the look of bikini figure to me.
No, she does. I mean, she just got her pro card last year, and she looks amazing. I think she was just a little outdone by Erin. Erin's got that tall, kind of graceful physique, and she couldn't quite match it.
Who'd you like in third?
Letitia Wilder. She's been doing a lot of shows. We've seen her time after time. She's always knocking on the door. This might have been her best to date.
A couple of years ago, I said that Letitia Wilder should be winning figure shows, and then she kind of just didn't bring the conditioning that she needed to bring in. And today she shows up, and she looks like the Letitia Wilder I remember from 3 years ago. I have no problem with her even placing second in this show, to tell you the truth.
I think she's got the conditioning back. She's got the tiny waist. She's a pretty girl. My only critique is I think she needs to change up her suits, and she needs to do a little more refinement on some of that stuff.
I don't know about the suit, but I think she could put a little more size on. She's a little on the thin side, especially in the leg division.
You're not a detail man.
What do I know about suits? But let's talk about the fitness division. Kamala Rodriguez very impressed me a lot. She told me before the show that she felt that she was going to win this show. Now, whether she comes out on top or not, that remains to be seen till tomorrow night. But I think she's got to be a front runner here.
Yeah, I have her winning the show. And we both thought Miriam Capes was going to walk through it. And, once we got
I don't know what they didn't like about her.
Yeah, we thought she was going to win coming in, and we liked her when she was up there. But
she's won. I think she won either last year or the year before that, the Europa show. So this is not a girl who they don't like usually.
Yeah, so we're not sure what happened there, but of the top 3 that we saw in the first call out, it was Miriam Capes, Erin Riley, and
it wasn't Miriam Capes. You keep adding her there. I know you want to put her there, but she wasn't there. But I did like Erin Riley in second place, and I know she's going to have a phenomenal routine.
Erin Riley.
And you're trying to prompt me for the third person? I really don't remember who the third person was, to be honest with you. And that's because I felt that Erin Riley and Kamala Rodriguez were clearly the top 2 people.
I think Kamala's physique is a little more pleasing to the current judging criteria. Erin is very muscular. She wasn't as hard as she's been before, which I think will work in her favor, but I still think she's second.
Well, look, it's a great show. I like the fact that at the Europa here, Ed and Betty Priest have put all the divisions in. We're only missing women's bodybuilding, but you know what? They will have that at the Hartford show, they assured me. It's on the schedule. Personally, I was worried about this show, to tell you the truth, but it seems like the booths setups are great. The competitors were great. Aside from the men's open, I think all the other classes were very competitive. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow afternoon seeing who's going to come out on top. For now, though, we're out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with Big Sean Andrews for RxMuscle.com saying see you tomorrow night.